For problem number 13, they're just asking us to find an equation of a line given 2 points. This is just a fancy way of asking for that. So here, when they say f of 1 is equal to -1, this is really f of x equal to y. Okay, so the 1 is our x, and the -1 is our y. And then in this one, the 4 is our x, and the 8 is our y. So they have asked us to find an equation of a line given these 2 points. So we have the point 1, -1, and 4, 8. So they want the equation of this line. This line, if you do it just visually, if you want to find the slope by doing rise over run, the rise is 9 and the run is 3. This is 3 and this is 9. So the slope is 9 over 3, which reduces to 3. Here, I'll just write this up here. We can also find the slope using y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So it doesn't matter which point you use as your x1 and which point you use as your point 1 and which point you use as your point 2, just as long as you're consistent. If you start with 8 as your y2, then you have to use 4 as your x2. You have to use 4. If you start with 8 on the top as the first one, you have to then use 4 as the first one on the bottom. So you get 9 over 3, which is 3. So that's our slope. Remember, we're going to use point slope form, which is y equals mx plus b. I'm sorry, slope intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, or we can use point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Especially since they weren't specific as to what form they wanted the equation of the line, we can really use either of these forms. I'm going to show you how to do both. So we're going to pick either of the points that we were given. I like to pick the ones that don't have anything negative in them, so I'm going to use 4, 8. You're going to put 8 as your y equals m, that's your slope, which we found to be 3, times x, the corresponding x for that point is 4, plus b. Now we're going to solve for b. So we subtract 12 from both sides, so we get b is -4. So that means y equals 3x minus 4. That's the equation of the line. To do it in point slope form, once again, it doesn't matter which point we pick. So y minus 8 equals m, which is 3, times x minus 4. And you're done. You could leave it in this form if they said point slope form. Or if they said to write it in point slope form, then convert it to point slope form, we would distribute the 3, so we get 3x minus 12 equals y minus 8. Now add the 8 to both sides, and we get y equals 3x minus 4. Just a little side note that -4 is our y-intercept. That means if we continue with this slope, that means we come down 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and go over 3 to the left, and we draw this line. Our y-intercept should be at 1, 2, 3, should be at -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if we had a ruler, it would be nicer. And it does look to be at -4. I'm going to show you just really quick how to do this. Verify with the calculator. If we press y equals, and we put 3x minus 4 in the y equals, the x button is right next to the alpha, the green alpha key. And then press graph. We see our line. If you press trace and you put in, now it's asking us for an x value. If we put in 1 and hit enter, we should get -1 for y based on the given information in the original problem. And now you don't have to press trace anymore because we've already done it once. If you put in 4 and hit enter, that should give us 8, and it does look right. Okay, so that's another little tidbit for this type of a problem.